And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson hits it, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Man left, man left. 3 down, 3 down.
We're going to set. For Trenton Cannon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Run.
3-4 defense, usually here you'll see the linebackers come up and make those plays, but the nose tackle also vital.
That was so vital because what you just pointed out, normally he eats up blockers that allows the linebackers to get to the ball carrier. In this case, he did his job and then some, and there was no gain at all for the runner.
Watch tight. Tight end right.
We're going to set. 180.
3 down.
This is Cannon. Gave a glimpse of his quick feet, but not a whole lot of space down at the 30. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Big hit. Mike 51. Nice, sweetheart.
Great.
Showing 8.
Gun. Do some. Hey. Gun.
Hey, let's go. Let's calm the crowd. I got him. Mastermind. I got him.
Flush to his right. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Big edge. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
They'll try to run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys.
We got 4. Let's go, fellas.
Trenton
Let's go.
with touchdown number 8 on the year. The Cowboys have taken the early lead. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. So, Charles, the season winding down. The
Watch it now,
playoffs
Barney,
obviously
Barney.
not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try to get on first down.
Lucky 56.
Single.
On first down, lead to throw. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they
Watch
put
it
into
now,
their
Barney,
passing
Barney.
game. Because
All
it
right,
was
now, lucky
evident
56,
right there.
lucky
It looks like a
56.
simple pitch and catch. You and I both know that they had planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40.
Watch it now,
Tackle
Barney,
there by
Barney.
Leighton Vander Esch.
Watch the shift. Watch
They
the
tried a
shift.
quick
Hey,
hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because they were hoping this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Gun!
We got three.
Action, it's late. And he's able to find Diggs. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And they'll go with the ground attack here.
Check pass.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front
No,
because they
check,
have been getting it
Patriot.
done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They'll try to run for it on first and goal.
Go.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great play there, hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this one up. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win, and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win, and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission. That's their challenge. And you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now. Win the game.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
We're gonna set. Set 180.
Hey, check.
And he stopped immediately there. Ben Gideon in on the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Tight right. Solo out there. Check the outs out there.
Here we go, set. 180.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
Hey.
13's crossing, check 13. 25, check 25, check 25. Check nickel.
It's Cannon. And oh, he coughed it up.
Here we go.
And this belongs to the Vikings. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
Now first down, it's Kamara. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd down, Lee. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Hey, we got 3, we got 3.
Lee out of the gun.
No.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything,
three
right?
down. Watch safety creep.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen.
And they'll try the quick game here with the running back. And he'll be taken down at the 18.
He wasn't ready.
Express.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Great. Gun.
3 down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton.
Check 6 guys.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
Hunted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination.
Watch
they
it now,
find a way to
Barney,
put it aside and continue to play their game.
Watch it now, Barney. Watch it now, Barney.
Hey, alert 3. Shift.
No. Check. Patriot.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Ready to get on the ground with Kamara. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch it now, Barney.
Lee now on 2nd down. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. Call it a gain of 3. And just like that, it's third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Play fake. Here's Lee. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Aaron Donald in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year. On fourth down, here's Franklin Edwards to punt. And last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Fielded at the 20. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see some breakaway, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach and your head.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. DJ Moore with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability.
They can't hold me, baby. They can't hold me.
Butker on for the PAT.
They can't hold me, baby. There we go. Oh.
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency.
Look at 56.
Move
Look
the
at
ball at
56.
least a few times on offense. Get a couple of first downs.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up. That's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard, but he was ready for that running. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3. Watch twist.
On the ground. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's run.
Here we go, fellas.
Call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down.
That's
a very solid gain on that play.
51's the mic. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Come on now.
Double tight.
Fakes again. Newton rolling to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun in the game with the ball.
On the toss. He's to the 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Trenton Cannon, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. Butker now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again.
They got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Check.
Here's Lee on 1st and 10. Throw left side, complete to Moss.
Watch the run.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Lee looking to throw on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Dante Jackson picks it. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. Some real adjustments. The backup may see some time.
And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. There to make the tackle, Samson Abukum.
That's it, baby. Yeah, baby. Woo!
2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this.
Do some.
Watch 9. Check, bunt set.
Great.
Bang.
Great.
Bang.
After the run, he's going to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
8.
Hey, check.
Hey.
3 down.
They'll take the handoff. Now Newton. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get a completion, at least you build the defense. You're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
It's taken to the 26. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the thing that matters is part 2, right? Once they get the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off.
Touchdown, Vikings! Willie Snead with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. There aren't any speed limits out there. Wasn't the one trying to chase it.
And he'll get in as they're back within his score now. The lead's down to 7.
Go, go, run, run, run.
Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners. Let's go and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
Now they try the right side here. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
51's Mike. Mike's 51. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you
Finding
over.
room to the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that guy.
And he loses the football a second time.
It's just me and you.
And the Vikings pick up the football.
Motion.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Right there. All day, baby.
$15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Lee. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Play action. Lee. He'll buy some time right. Going deep. Jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The Vikings on 3rd down.
Now look at 56.
Just 1 for 3
Look at
thus
56.
far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Hold
3-3.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them.
All right,
but it's
now look
also
at
a
56.
reaction
Look
game,
at 56.
And they reacted poorly on that one.
4 down. Check.
The final shot before break. Nowhere to go. Here he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey, we got 3.
Now a play fake here on first down. Being chased out left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Tight end right. We got 3 down.
You're going to sit. 180. Hey.
Check 9.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Working, they'll stick with it on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Strong left. 3 down. Blitz.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 39 that time.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
Here we go.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Alert 3.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Two tides. Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there.
Now a handoff look to right. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Tight right. We got 3.
We're going to sit. Black 80.
22.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. They're back now to the original line of scrimmage thanks to that 8-yard gain. 3rd down now to follow.
The big boys came out to play.
I've been here, brother.
Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more where I came.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Right here, guys. Fight.
The option right on 3rd down. That's Cannon, and he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Rhino.
On 4th down, off goes Newman. On comes the Panther kicker, Harrison Butker, for the field goal try. And the kick by Butker is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point piece of cake. Because this is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney!
They discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
To the tight end. And it's a fumble. And the Cowboys have recovered.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
And some room to work. Touchdown, Cowboys. Trenton Cannon, 39 yards. And the Cowboys capitalize on the fumble return. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
3 touchdowns, put him in the lead. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back on the field.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those guys back up. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. T.J. Watt in there to get him. And that is sack number 15 for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike.
Now a pitch out to Kamara, and he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Gun!
To Lee, throwing on 3rd and long. Now he'll be hit from behind, and he is landed on hard. David Irving in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. He gives this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And we'll see what he can do on the return. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you're doing because it doesn't work. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's some pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there when you see these nice, explosive, strong runs.
Hey,
And
hey.
this guy, he knows how to carry the football really well. He can He knows the offensive line's going to give him great effort, and he gives great effort himself to finish off runs.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
It's easy work, and it's coming again.
Hey, hey. 8.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Come on now.
It fell incomplete, but you're right. Hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
It's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Anthony Barr in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a fourth down. The team on now as this one's sent away. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
We got 4.
Looking to throw on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And my goodness, another interception. And a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. Oh, he slipped right by him. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up first and goal at the 5.
Big pick, baby. I got you.
Suddenly, it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Odd. 3 down. Odd.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Flush to his right, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Cam Newton, a 5-yard touchdown run. Use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Butker now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 9. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive for interception. People think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. Have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run, the best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Gun!
Tight end right.
From the shotgun, here's Lee.
We got 4 down.
Got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Get him, boy.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So signs
Watch
of
it
life
now,
in
Barney,
what's been
Barney.
a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Lee on first down. And Davis with it left side. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. Facing a 2nd and 2
Detroit!
after that last
Detroit!
catch, good for 8
No,
yards.
check. Patriot! Hurry up, here we go. Green 39! Green 39! Gun!
Lee operating from the gun. Complete to the tight end Kittle over the middle of the field. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. A 10 carry for Vera. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time
he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The Vikings on 3rd down.
Detroit!
2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. The play fake. Lee. They'll roll him out right. He uncorks it for Snead. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Willie Snead. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
4 down.
Gun!
And that's off the mark, incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed, near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And out now come the Cowboys. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better feel when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Key him. Key the tight end.
Now this time he'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Gun, Newton. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made.
Oh, yeah, that's the score.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. They were still throwing with the comfortable lead, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play really well?
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Right here. He's tight on the right.
Lee now. Going on 1st down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Anthony Brown. They had a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? The second week in a row, he's throwing the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
51's Mike. Mike's 51.
Gun. 20.
A little 360. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9.
51's the Mike.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And Butker able to put this one through. And their lead will swell up to 28. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, now he bowls him over. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want?" He just waved a hand. Some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Just what you want on a first down. 80 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36.
Watch it now, Barney.
Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
Well, so many times we look at the short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves. I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Even though that one was incomplete, you could see the training that went into that play. He gets out of the pocket, ends up moving to his right. Always trying to do that. Extend the life of the play. Keep it alive, hoping someone
was able to take a pretty good shot with a deep ball, but incomplete. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Garcia.
3 down.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's able to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Gun!
Now lead on 3rd and 2. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. The pressure right. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Check 26, check 26.
Shift, shift.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Here we go, fellas.
I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about the conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason.
Hey, D-line, let's
He
get
told
in
me
there.
that he...
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Hey, there it is. Touchdown, baby.
I tell you,
Keep it
Charles,
rolling.
you play to the final whistle. I get that. You might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners
Yeah.
who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
And now out comes Minnesota. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase
Watch it
what's
now,
happened
Barney,
during the
Barney.
game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going
Let's see what they do here. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away.
wasn't
And that's
ready.
frustrating
He
for an
wasn't
offensive
ready.
lineman, because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a
Watch it
shove,
now, Barney,
hoping
Barney.
to bring his arms down.
You got
Ball
time
on the
right there.
30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Right there.
Final shot. They'll look to throw. Brought in left side by Snead. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different